Yo, what's happening, everybody? It's me, Minute Money. How's everybody doing this fine morning? All right, man, let's get into this Madden simulation. The Sunday night game should be a really good one because, uh, number one season implications. So, let's check it out, see what happens. And like I say, should be a good one. All right, man, let's get it on, man. Let's make it happen, y'all.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these NFC North foes. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions on Sunday night.
It's a city home to one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in football. And all the noise they're making is being captured by the Dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
The punter, Jack Fox, to get this one started. And we're off and running from Ford Field. It's Brandon Powell with the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. So here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And we'll take a glance at their seventh-year QB.
Sam Darnold's seen an awful lot in his career. Now he's hoping the fourth time is an actual charm. After being a first-round pick, it seems like eons ago for the New York Jets, the guy's experienced a ton of football. And I'll say this, he went into one of the great QB incubators there with Kyle Shanahan in San Francisco. And now we'll all get a chance to see how much he really did learn, how much he really did grow. He is still young in his career. And with the supporting cast in Minnesota, a pretty dynamic receiver on the outside, he's got some nice tools to work with.
And he scampers ahead and gets two on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. As a man, Justin Jefferson. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They go play action on first. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. They connect on the deep shot. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. First and goal. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Any tackle for loss hurts, Kate, but they hurt that much more from a defensive back. Those guys typically are better in coverage, and you got to find a way to make a miss in the backfield.
After the loss, it's second and goal from the 5. Darnold. Jones reels it in. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Darnold looking to throw. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota! The Vikings take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. Well, whether he stays the go-to guy the entire game, we will all judge together. But no doubt about it, on that opening drive, Brock, he was the star. Bunch of catches and a touchdown to begin this one.
Yeah, I think this is twofold. Number one, you love to get this guy started early. He's a playmaker. He's a difference maker. Number two, this defense, well, they better be on high alert because this offense feels like they have a matchup they can attack, and that time attack a 3rd time for 6.
Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Greg Reynolds to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. And leading them out in his 9th NFL season, he experienced a real resurgence last year. It's Jared Goff.
Kate, there are other flashier quarterbacks that make more highlight reel plays than Jared Goff. There certainly are bigger and stronger athletes playing the position today, but Jared's just a throwback, a guy that understands the timing and the precision. I love that he knows what he is and what he isn't when it comes to his skills, and it's why he's been able to flourish in multiple places and why he continues to sustain a lot of success in this league.
Throwing right away here, Goff. That's complete to Sam Laporta. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives the Lions the first.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Running it with David Montgomery. Blast through midfield. And he's finally taken down at the 39-yard line. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. St. Brown, the receiver, in motion right. First down, and they go right back to him. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Going to the ground again on first. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
From the 17. Finds Laporta. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, But these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Out of the shotgun. Goff. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, Goff. And they will score. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions finish off their opening drive. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions start off well to tie things 7-7. Fox now to kick this one away. Ty Chandler to return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Now for the 2nd time this game, we get a look at this Vikings offense. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. And we'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. They've got 1st down from the 31. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he found some running room for a nice gain. The rookie out of Alabama there on the tackle.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Dumped off to his running back. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They give to Jones, right side. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Here's Darnold. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Motioning left is their running back. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
Now we'll see Ryan Wright come on for the Vikings to punt this away on 4th. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. So the Lions headed out for their second drive of the game. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Hits him on the out route. And he pushes this up beyond the 20 before going out.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Receiver in motion, going left. Shotgun snap here to Goff. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Goff now on 3rd down. This one falls incomplete. Well, no luck on his first look of the game, so they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
On comes Jack Fox to handle the 4th down punt for the Lions. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be Vikings football. Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st and 10, here's Jones. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Darnold now to throw. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Jordan Addison, the intended target. So that brings them to 3rd down.
I'll tell you what that deflection right there, Kate, tells me. That defense was following and reading the quarterback's eyes. Knew exactly where that throw was going. And it takes a little bit of intuition, a little bit of feel. He's able to get his hands on it and knock it out of bounds.
Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Play action on 1st down. Pass is hauled in by the running back. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Throwing now off play action. Fits it through the middle. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. They get 22 on that one. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Throwing it again here. And he finds him in the end zone for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings break the tie here in the first. Jordan Addison, the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Reichert on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Lions getting ready to return to the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Goff setting to throw. Laporta with the grab. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
1st down, ball at the 36. Throwing is gone. He finds Laporta. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Brought to the ground by Cameron Bynum.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Running on 2nd with Montgomery. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Into the hands of Gibbs. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Montgomery now up the middle. And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a 1st down.
From the 48. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First and 10 from the 41. Looking to throw, Goff. That's complete to the back, David Montgomery. And he's taken down at the 30. It's a pickup of 11. And that gives the Lions the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First down throw from Goff. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing again, it's Goff. It's taken in by Williams. And he's touchdown about 5 yards shy of that first down marker.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Shotgun now on third down. He has the first over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 16. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the gun, Goff. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down after a short gain. Vikings defense countering with a nickel look. Third down coming. Goff to the air now. Setting up the running back screen. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Out of the shotgun, Goff. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions get it down to a single point. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone.
Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm it was indeed a touchdown. Ooh, it doesn't get much closer than this, Brock. Did that ball in any way break the plane of the end zone?
You know how I like to look at this, Kate? Imagine a plane of glass going from the front end of that end zone straight in the air, and any part of the ball, any part of it just touches the plane of that glass, and this is a touchdown.
Those points safe on the scoreboard. The touchdown upheld upon review. Bates now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions tie things up at 14. Fox now to kick this one away. Powell now to return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Vikings and Justin Jefferson ready to go to work again offensively. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones gets it. And that's good for a gain of 5. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
From the 32. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. Both teams neck and neck so far. We're back to Ford Field right after this. We're ready now for the 2nd quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They'll have an easy 3rd and 1. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And he's got it down into the red zone at the 16. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Staying on the ground with Jones. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Darnold. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd down carry for Jones. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Here's Darnold to throw. Escapes the pocket. Caught it deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Going the other way, Lions have it!
That is such a gut punch as a quarterback. You put in so much work to get down near the goal line. And then you've got to take care of the football. You can't be reckless with the ball. Those defenders are looking to knock it free, and that's exactly what they did, keeping points off the board.
The Lions and wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown getting set for their next drive. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. He gives to Montgomery to start the drive. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Finds Laporta. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brought to the ground by Cameron Bynum.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at them. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
The Lions readying for the punt. Brandon Powell on the return for the Vikings. And he hauls it in right near the 40-yard line. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And they have made it no secret that they want to go his way in this game, right? And the results so far, I'd say very promising. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. To throw, here's Darnold. Able to find Jones. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Straight ahead they go with Jones. They cross the 40 on a nice run. And he gets this down to the 38. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Jones once more. And he'll be stopped after getting this down to the 31. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
2nd and 4. Wow, wide open here, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
So after that big play, Brock, they need just that final yard here on 1st and goal. Man in motion here. Jones goes up and over for the touchdown. The Vikings take a 2nd quarter lead. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Record there to tack on the extra points. And the Vikings break that tie and now lead by 7. here's Reichert set to kick this away. Reynolds with a return. And look at this return. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The Lions and running back David Montgomery getting back to work. And they're a touchdown back, Brock, as they take over down 21-14. Ball at the 33 for first down. St. Brown, the receiver, in motion right. Off play action, Goff. St. Brown's got it, complete. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Montgomery gets it from the gun. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain, and now they're just inches short for 3rd down.
Well, that run puts them right back in the same old situation for 3rd down. I really thought that run was going to get the couple inches they needed, and you can tell, just look at them down there, Kate. They thought it was going to work, too.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Goff on 1st and 10. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pass complete to Gibbs. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
Just excellent effort on that catch, and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
From the red zone now. And they will score. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions tie this game at 21. Fox now to kick this one away. Chandler now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Vikings and Sam Darnold heading out for their next shot on offense. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now a give to Jones. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They'll run the draw with Jones. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They push it forward for a yard, and that brings up 3rd and 8.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Oh, the shot was there. He hauled it in, but the officials say no. Didn't get both feet in bounds.
You know, Kate, that's one of those instances where you try to walk that tightrope on the sidelines. Problem is, on a throw that far down the field, that is so hard to do, so difficult. I love the effort, just couldn't quite find the execution.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. The fair catch taken in at the 28-yard line. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. No return on that punt. And the Lions will go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They go play action with Goff. That's complete to St. Brown outright.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Goff. And he's going to be marked down 5 yards short of that first.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Goff back to throw. He has the first over the middle. He will go! Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions take a 2nd quarter lead. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. And that, Brock, I know you're keeping track, but just in case our audience isn't, his 4th first-half passing touchdown. At the pace he's on, this would be a new record if he has a 2nd half to match this one. Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7. Fox now to kick this one away. Chandler now on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Vikings and Aaron Jones headed back out there on offense. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Tackled by Jack Campbell. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 31. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 44. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And he's got it up to midfield and into Lions territory.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
From the 46. Jones reels it in. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Counterplay, Jones. Making defenders pay for trying to tackle him. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Hopkinson reels it in. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. So now, after the penalty, it's 1st and 15. Darnold now to throw. Working the sideline. Oh, he got it. Drug the feet. That's a catch.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Darnold finds him over the middle. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Now Darnold. Rolling left, behind some time. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Well, now this is certainly going to make 2nd and goal considerably more difficult. He could have gotten rid of it to avoid the big loss. But give some credit here to the defense as well. That pressure was suffocating It's going to make it a more difficult now second and goal situation.
So through a flurry of points, we have hit the 2-minute warning. The Vikings are on the move here. It's second and goal. Another try following the sack. He's on the move. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
Kate, you just know as a quarterback, there's situations where you're going to gain the trust of the play caller or quickly lose it. And when you take back-to-back sacks, you've lost the trust of your coordinator. And now on third down, well, you better do all you can to regain it.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, third and goal. Here's Darnold to throw. Catch made underneath by the back. And he gets this forward to the 19. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. As they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. Will Reichert now to try the Vikings field goal. Ball on the right hash for this 36-yard look. Smith able to put it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, that's a type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Goff. Well, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. And the Vikings take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, I suppose some praise is in order for bringing him down almost immediately and preventing a return. Definitely minimized the damage the best they could, but it is still a demoralizing outcome for this offense to give the ball away.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Throwing here, Darnold. Jefferson brings it in on the slant. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Completed over the middle. And he's able to get this down to the 13. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. To throw, here's Darnold. Able to find Hawkinson. And this one does not go far. Minnesota spends its 2nd timeout here. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Darnold looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
All right, timeout taken by the offense. 5 seconds left, and they can take some points into the locker room on this final play of the half. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. A very short kick here from the right hash. Smith able to put it through. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. One last play before the break. One final shot before halftime. He lobs it up, left sideline, looking for a chunk play. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. We've arrived at halftime here in Detroit. The Lions defending their building. They've got the lead at the break. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. In the first half, it was the veteran quarterback Jared Goff who had command of the offense. He had it going right away. 2 touchdown passes in the first quarter, 2 more in the second. 4 touchdown passes all told. And he's likely not done yet.
The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. This return starts at the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. The home teams ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And our team in the truck putting these highlights together, well, they certainly had plenty of touchdowns to choose from. 4 of them, actually. Though the way he's been playing, Brock, you cannot count on him being done reaching that end zone just yet. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. St. Brown's got it. Complete. And he'll get it up to the 44. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. On 1st down, it's Goff. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
You know, a couple of my favorite nicknames, Kate, over the last decade in football, the Legion of Boom, obviously out in Seattle. But how about the no-fly zone that was cooking in Denver? That right there, that is a no-fly zone, trying to make the play in the end zone, and a beautiful job by the defender to knock it away.
Goff trying again on 2nd and 10. Pass taken in by St. Brown. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Throwing again, it's Goff. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. A give up the gut to Montgomery. And his drive up the middle gets him about 3. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
From the 36. Quick slant, that's Williams. And he gets him around 6 there. That was Stephon Gilmore stopping that play. Third down, 1 yard to go. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That's why these coaches get paid, Kate, what they get paid. You got to make adjustments. That's a different look at defense than the one we saw in the first half. And you got to keep fighting, keep scratching, keep clawing, because that effort is going to be key here the rest of the way.
On 4th down, the Lions going to try to put 3 on the board here with Jake Bates. This a 54-yarder. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And they can't push the lead beyond a field goal.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
The visitors returning their offense and this running back to the field. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. They're going play action. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
This is Jones. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on 3rd down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
3rd down, here's Jones. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Minnesota lined up in punt formation. Ryan Wright's the one to send it away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And his job's done, and it is a job well done. That punt fights deep into enemy territory, out of bounds at the 7. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Goff to the air now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Goff on 1st and 10. And the 1st down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Now Goff. Pass complete to Gibbs. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Ivan Pace able to make the stop.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Goff now on 3rd down. He finds Laporta. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
1st and 10 now from the 30. They send a tight end in motion. 1st down throw from Goff. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
You know, Kate, defenders today are taught, don't just go get the sack. Go get the sack and the fumble. It's become an art form, making that strip sack, and that play was a masterpiece.
The Vikings taking the field on offense. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this 3rd quarter. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. It's Jones on the toss. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Hey, range? Range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Throwing from the gun. Has the connection to Hawkinson. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Here's Darnold. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Smith able to put it through. And they've taken back the lead.
He connects now for a third time, and that's the biggest of the 3 field goals he's made in this contest. Gives him the lead. Now you turn the keys over to your defense to try and protect it.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And there's a couple of moments we're seeing here that I think he's not going to want to be reminded of after this game. Turnovers have just interrupted his performance in this one. Made it really tough for him and this team to get into and stay in any kind of rhythm. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Off play action, Goff. St. Brown there to bring it in. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Goff. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody.
Yeah.
And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Throw complete to Williams. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
1st and 10 from the 41. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. They go play action with Goff. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. This is Montgomery running right. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. It's a big run, 9 yards, but they're still facing a 3rd and 10.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Goff on 3rd. He beams one deep right side. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
And he missed it. It's no good. And instead of taking a 1-point lead, they trail by 2.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And as he accumulates catches this season, Brock, some have stuck out to us more than most. And we had one of them on that last drive as he's reached a significant milestone for himself this year. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Jones reels it in. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Tackled by Jack Campbell. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Throwing here, Darnold. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down. This one intended for the running back. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. They go play action here. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he's going to run for it. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st and 10, here's Jones. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Tackled by Jack Campbell. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They give to Jones, right side. He's contained at the line for no gain. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. No gain here after a gain of only 1, and now they'll face 3rd and 9.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Toward the sideline and cut by Addison. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
From the red zone now. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Darnold looking to throw. He's got it. And he's short of the 1st after a mile gain. Third and 4 coming up now. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Escapes out to the... This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Here's what I know. I know this one, Kate, from personal experience. After this one's over, QB, well, he's going to spend some time in that cold tub because he's been in so much time on the ground, taking a beating today. This offensive line, this offense has got to find a way to protect the passer.
So the Vikings will try a field goal on 4th down. Will Reichert headed out. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Smith able to put it through. And that grows the lead to 5.
Well, when we start discussing who their most dependable scorer is in this game, I don't think it's one of these skill guys, not even the quarterback, who comes to my mind first. I'm going to bring up this kicker. He's now a perfect 4 for 4 on field goals and contributing big time to this lead.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Reynolds with a return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Goff. Wright reels it in. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. That tackle made by Blake Cashman.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Second and 4. Gets it quickly to St. Brown. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Handoff running right, Montgomery. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Here's Goff. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. They bring the tight end in motion. It's Montgomery on 3rd. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. 2 yards on the pickup. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
1st and 10 from the 41. They'll run again with Montgomery. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Jonathan Bullard with the stop. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Staying on the ground with Montgomery. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker, and that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
3rd down run by Gibbs. Oh, he breaks another tackle. Oh, lost the football. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. He puts together a gain of 2, and we are at the end of our 3rd quarter. That's the end of the third on Sunday night. It's Lions ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. Here we go with Montgomery. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. And no problem converting on 4th.
All set up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Goff. Can't connect over the middle, it's incomplete. Looking for Sam Laporta with that one. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
To throw again here, 2nd and 10, it's Goff. Patrick with the catch. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. And the Vikings add an extra defensive back for this 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Goff. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards of it into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's Montgomery. And they make a stop at the last minute. It's a gain down to the 1. 6 yards from there. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Shotgun snap here to Goff. And he makes the catch on the sideline. Oh, but they call it out of bounds. This close to 6.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. They'll run in with Montgomery. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Lions take a 4th quarter lead. David Montgomery with the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, get all that motivation.
He has the catch, but no, he can't get down in bounds. Oh, Brock, it was nearly a touchdown, but they're going to say it's incomplete. Well, the decision's pretty clear here, partner. You got to take the shot at going up by a field goal.
Yep, all about the odds here. Increasing the odds that you're either leading or tied if you get the ball back.
And either way, you're prepping your defense to cling to a very small lead.
Either way, that defense is clinging for this situation to go out and show out.
Fox now to kick this one away. Powell now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they've placed upon him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Jones once more. And it's a rare defensive win on the ground. He's caught at the line. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. To throw, here's Darnold. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That's good for 7 yards. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
They kick the running back in motion. Able to find Jones. Rolling into enemy territory. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's Akers up the middle. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the gun, Jones gets it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And he's able to get this down to the 13. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings take a 4th quarter lead. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
So a pivotal moment for the Vikings as they go for two. He's throwing for it! And he reaches the end zone, so they'll be up to a 7-point lead.
You know, we tend to say this all the time, and I'll say it yet again, Kate. Big targets in the red zone are an enormous advantage. Not many guys can match up and defend someone like him, and no surprise, they went right to him for the conversion.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Reynolds with a return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Now the Lions offense gets ready to return to the field. Still time to go, Bronk, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. It gives to Montgomery to start the drive. And they'll only let him get up to around the 28 before taking him down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Motioning the tight end now. From the 28. This is complete to Patrick. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
A give up the gut to Montgomery. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
They'll send out the punting unit. Jack Fox will kick it away. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it's going to be their football coming up. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Completed over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. This is Jones on the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Gets it to him on the screen. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
The Vikings getting their punt team out. And they could really use a good one here. And he collects the fair catch just inside the 35. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Sending the tight end in motion left. On 1st down, it's Goff. St. Brown's got it. Complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 31-yard play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he could transform a short completion into a big play.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Putting a receiver in motion. On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. And they take him down right along the 30. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. They go play action with Goff. St. Brown there to bring it in. And he's going to have the touchdown. We'll see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field. You don't get too many plays of that size in a game, and that flag takes away one of them. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Goff to the air now. Montgomery hauls this one in. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Goff. Complete beyond the marker. And he gets this forward to the 19. That's a pickup of 9. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Running out of the gun with Montgomery. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
He easily had the yardage for a 1st, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. Montgomery now up the middle. Is in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions now trailed by just a point in the 4th. David Montgomery with the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Fox now to kick this one away. Powell now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Vikings offense back to the field now. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner. So hopefully this one has some better legs to it. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now Darnold. He's on the move. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him, calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
1st and 10. Here's Jones. Along the sideline past midfield. It's a gain of 22. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Play action on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. It's a gain of 8, but even still after that, behind the sticks, 3rd and 11 coming up. Running back sent in motion left. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong. Where I sit and judge a defense, I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
Got all of it, and this is good. And late in the 4th, they have grabbed a lead.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Reynolds with a return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Tight end in motion right. First down throw from Goff. Laporta with the grab. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Goff on 1st and 10. Pass complete to Gibbs. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well, and it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Intended target there was Sam Laporta. And that leaves him with 3rd and short. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
A 9-yard gain and good for a first down. Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. Throwing now. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
Here he is to throw. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
I think we're seeing why this defense likes him in coverage. He reacts so well to throws and is even more adept in breaking up those passes.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. To throw. Finds Laporta. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Well, partner, maybe not the record that most people think of when it comes to quarterbacks, but it's certainly an impressive accolade for him. The most completions in a single game.
Yeah, it feels like this was communicated beforehand, right in the play. And listen, we're running everything through you. You're carrying us. And to his credit, this quarterback brought his A game, some of the best throws of his career.
And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Now the Lions calling a timeout, their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Looking to throw it. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. He'll look to throw it. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have second down coming up.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Setting up to pass. He's got it. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. And he makes the catch. Did he get both feet in? No! Oh, so close to 6. Incomplete.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
An important attempt coming up here for Jake Bates. This is a chip shot from the left hash. Looking good, and it's through. And inside the final minute, they've tied this up.
These are the moments, Kate, when you realize how valuable a clutch kicker is. When he's the only guy out there and everybody relying on him, and he delivers.
Fox now to kick this one away. Chandler now on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Vikings now set to take the field. And there's enough time left that you can't call it impossible. But they're going to need a heck of a play downfield to get in range for a possible game winner. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down. Counterplay, Jones. Has a lane past the 45. And he's going to get all the way up to the midfield stripe. That's going to do it for regulation, so some bonus football in store for all those fans in the stands. We're headed for overtime. Now hopefully this conclusion will be just as exciting as our opening 4 quarters. The kick is away here in overtime. Powell now to return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. First throw of overtime now. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. And he's there to send that one away incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Darnold looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. They'll run the draw with Jones. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Call it 3 yards on the pickup. They're short by just as many now as it brings up 4th down.
You know, some positive yardage there, Kate, but just as important, they're mixing up their play calling, and they could very well be setting up the defense for a big play later.
So out now comes the punter. And in overtime, this has to be struck well. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. We don't get a return out of that punt. Man, it'll be their football. The Lions offense returning to the field. Their defense got off the field clean, Brock, and now their offense runs on knowing that any points are going to end this game.
Well, you want to look up complimentary football in the football dictionary, this might be the most important time for it. One side of the ball makes a stand, now the other side gets a chance to go win it.
Now he gets a shot here in overtime. Gets this one to Patrick. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 32. He finds Laporta. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
A tight end in motion now. On 1st down, it's Goff. St. Brown's got it, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Patrick going to motion over left. Throwing again, it's Goff. This is complete to Patrick. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. A toss play, Montgomery. And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. From the gun, Goff. Cut near the goal line. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's Montgomery. Scores! Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions go up by 6. David Montgomery with the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. So it's 1 for the win column for the Lions. And it took some extra effort, Brock, some bonus football before they were finally able to separate from the opposition and earn that hard-fought victory. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions, as we'll see you next time from Detroit.
Man, that was one hell of a game from start to finish. Man, this is kept it. Man, I actually hope the game tonight is this interesting. You know, keep me on my edge of my toes to watch this game all the way to the end. Man, but you know, simulations either way they go, either way it doesn't really matter. Just gotta wait for the real game tonight. But anyways, if you don't follow me, I appreciate if you would on YouTube and Twitch. Millie_money. I appreciate y'all, support y'all. Like I said, if you don't follow me, appreciate if you would. And until next time, y'all. Deuces, Millie Money.